No saying is proper unless accompanied with action, and no saying and action is proper unless accompanied with intention, and no saying, action, and intention is proper unless they are consistent with sunnah. Be truthful at all times and in all places. Stay away from lying and deception, and do not sit alongside liars and deceivers, for all such deeds are sins. Indeed, these kings have left the Akira for you, so leave the world for them. Beware of showing piety on your face when you do not feel it in your heart. Whoever listens to an innovator has left the protection of Allah and is entrusted with the innovation. Do not become angry and furious, for those two emotions lead to wickedness, and wickedness leads to the hellfire. Knowledge will bring honor to you in this world and the hereafter. Knowledge knocks on the door of action. If it receives a reply, it stays. Otherwise, it departs. Whoever's knowledge makes themselves cry, that person is the true scholar. Be patient at all times and in all places, for patience leads to righteousness, and righteousness leads to paradise. Do not become angry and furious, for these two emotions lead to wickedness, and wickedness leads to the hellfire. Every act of disobedience committed due to passion, its forgiveness is hoped for. Every act of disobedience committed due to arrogance, its forgiveness is not hoped for, because the root of Satan's disobedience was arrogance, whereas the root of Adam's lapse was passion. If someone remarks, "What an excellent man you are," and this pleases you more than his saying, "What a bad man you are," know that you are still a bad man. None in this age will amass wealth except those having 5 traits of character: high hopes, abnormal greediness, excessive miserliness, lack of fearing Allah, and forgetfulness of the coming world. Spread your knowledge, but be careful of popularity. When the narrators use falsehood, we use history. Knowledge for us means knowledge of the allowance dispensation, rukhsah. As for strictness, anyone can show strictness. Acquaint yourself with fewer people, and as a result, you will backbite less frequently. There is nothing that corrupts a person or rectifies him more than his companion. Three qualities are from Sabr: not speaking about your misfortune, not talking about your pain, not praising yourself. I would rather have Allah judge me than my parents on the day of judgment, because I know that Allah loves me more than my parents. Knowledge is only learned to put into practice the taqwa of Allah, the mighty and sublime. If Shaitan defeated me yesterday, I will defeat him today with repentance and good deeds. The most difficult thing I keep observing is my intentions, as it is always apt to change. We met a people who loved it when it was said to them, "Fear Allah the Most High." Today, you find people become annoyed at this. Sufyan al-Thawri asked Muhammad bin al-Mundakir, "What remains of your pleasures?" He replied, "Meeting the brothers and instilling happiness into them." If you know yourself, then you'll not be harmed by what is said about you. Take good care of the people of Sana'a, for they are strangers. Whosoever loves one whom Allah loves only loves Allah, and whosoever honors one whom Allah has honored only honors Allah. We were in front of Imam Abu Hanifa like small birds, sitting in front of a falcon. Keep yourself busy in remembering your faults, so that you have no time left to remember the fault of others. To arrive early for the congregational prayer is to honor the prayer. There is nothing more difficult for me to correct than my intentions, for it continually attempts to change. The one who prays for his parents after every salah will be considered an obedient child on the day of judgment. A person does not have an understanding of the religion until he thinks of a hardship as being a blessing, and comfort and luxury as being a tribulations. A man once told Sufyan al-Thawri, "We hit our children if they do not pray." Sufyan told him, "You should rather encourage them and give them glad tidings." Thanks for watching.